I'm going to introduce Dr. Charmaine Yoest, who is the Vice President of the Institute for Family, Community, and Opportunity at the Heritage Foundation, and hear what they're up to. There she is, Dr. Yoest. We are so grateful for the partnership that we have with the Heritage Foundation on this issue. You've been such a strong leader, again, not in a partisan way, not in a tribal way of which camp are you in, but on the values that are at stake here. These are real people. No one's trying to take away anything from someone who's fighting for equal treatment in America. We're just concerned that this is taking away some hard-fought rights of other people in this Equality Act. And why don't you share a little bit about what Heritage is doing, the work that we've done together with many other national organizations. Thank you.
Hi, Craig. Thank you. And you're doing a great job keeping all these plates spinning. We can only hope that my co-pilot dog will make a special guest appearance halfway through this. But you're doing great. And I just want to take a minute and we've got thousands of people on today. And so thank you all so much for taking the time to join us, because this is a really, really important issue. You know, I was on a radio program this morning talking about the vote that's coming up. And although, and the host said, you know, that it probably would pass in the House, but hopefully not in the Senate. And the thing that I said to him, and I'd say to all of you all, is that given how close things are in the Senate now, we can't take for granted that that every senator understands about this issue. And that's why we're hosting this event today, is to equip you so that you have the information and so that you can communicate to your representatives, both in the House and the Senate, the real information that they need to know. And we hope you'll join us over at heritage.org too. We've got information and resources there. And again, special thanks to Craig for hosting this. So I wanted to start today by saying, you know, we are all living down the rabbit hole, aren't we? And the question before us today is whether or not, like Alice in Wonderland, we can find our way out. To climb out from a place where we are told 6 impossible things before breakfast, back to the solid ground of objective reality. I'm Charmaine Yoest, as Craig said, and I'm the VP of the Institute for Family, Community, and Opportunity at the Heritage Foundation. And we're standing today with all of these other organizations and you all, parents and lawmakers across the country who've endorsed the Promise to America's Children. And I bring you greetings from our president, Kay Coles James. And in endorsing the Promise to America's Children, Mrs. James said that we can all imagine together an America where protecting every child is our first priority. And that means creating a world where children have the safety to flourish in mind, body, and spirit. So we've come together here today because that vision is threatened by the so-called Equality Act, as many of our speakers today have already outlined in many different ways. The thing I want to mention is that we're told over and over again that we should trust the science and that science should be our North Star. But often as conservatives, we're told and we're accused of being anti-science. I myself was nominated to be an assistant secretary in the Department of Health and Human Services, and immediately the left came out attacking me as being anti-science because of my involvement in the pro-life movement. But now we're being asked to define the biological reality of a person's sex based on the subjective preference of each individual person. We've fallen down the rabbit hole. Humpty Dumpty said to Alice, "When I use a word, it means what I choose it to mean, neither more nor less." And Alice responded, "The question is whether you can make words mean different things." Well, apparently, the left now wants us to believe that not only can you change the meaning of words, but being pro-science means that you can actually also change the objective reality of things. For example, we're told that we should not have gender reveal parties for babies. Why not? Because we can't know a baby's gender until they've learned to speak. Now, personally, I'm not a huge fan of gender reveal parties, because I'm a little old school. But this much I do endorse. Whether a baby is represented by a pink or blue cupcake is a significant reality that means far more than puffs of blue or pink smoke or glitter or whatever different thing that you choose to represent, whether you're having a girl or a boy, and that particular joy. So this would all be funny if we were just talking about something as fanciful as a baby party or a children's story. But the left is now wanting to write subjective reality into our law, and that leaves us living in something as ephemeral as Alice's Wonderland. But sadly, for real world Alices amongst us, all of our little girls, there are real world, and boys, there are real world consequences for losing touch with scientific reality. It isn't a fairy tale at all. We must not allow the government to decree by fiat, as if they were the Queen of Hearts screaming off with their heads, that being a girl is just a state of mind. We must respond, nonsense. We must not allow Congress to take away opportunities from our daughters and granddaughters to compete on a level playing field in sports, academics, or business. By allowing males who identify as females to claim discrimination if they're not treated as females, the Equality Act erases girls and women from the laws that were enacted to create equal opportunities for them. In Connecticut, we have 3 brave high school girls who are suing the state for allowing 2 boys to take away their victories in track and field. Those girls deserve a chance to compete against members of their own sex. Fairness demands that. Fairness demands that, but the Equality Act would destroy that. We've spent years fighting to defend the unique differences between men and women, and now not only are those differences being erased biologically, they will be eliminated legally. We must cry out, nonsense, nonsense. The Equality Act is harmful to children and especially girls. Heritage Foundation believes that these harms need to be exposed and that the ability of children to flourish in mind, body, and spirit needs to be protected in American culture and in our law. I know that you support us in this, and I'm so grateful that you took the time to be with us here today. And God bless you all in the days ahead. Thanks, Craig.